Okay, morning, happy Friday everybody. It's Friday morning and I'm going to tackle this project that I've been dreading, which is to do the pulleys, right? Or pulley, which is new to this car, but not new to me. This is a Dinan Underdrive Pulley. The concept here is that there's belts in the front of the engine that drive things like the power steering pump, I think alternator. I forget what other accessories run off of the front of this, the electrical systems in the car. And so they put I believe this is a slightly smaller diameter pulley. The Dinan system is to change just the underdrive pulley, not to change the two like Matt Schnell and some of the others who will have a dual pulley. I've stuck with the Dinan. One of the things that I think about when I'm buying aftermarket parts is, and this is just pure speculation on my part, but which companies have first a more conservative bent, and then secondly, which company is going to actually put it on the car and test it a lot, rather than just drawing it up engineering wise, testing it out a little bit and then calling it a day. I'm not saying the Matt Schnell hasn't, but this is just my thought process when I go into doing things like this that are subtle little modifications. So the expectation on this is we'll get 8 horsepower. It's rated at 11 horsepower peak. So we'll get a little bit of horsepower, a little bit of torque. It's a couple hour job. It's a couple $100. It's a neat little project. So I figure why not? So we have the pulley. We have the newly spec'd belts, and the problem with this project is that it's really, really difficult to do. So easy to get this all apart, but difficult in the fact that to get the pulley on, if I remember correctly, this is a get angry, smash your knuckles, blood hand type install. So we'll do this here today. I think maybe I'll treat this more of as I'm going to work and chat you up like I usually do, and talk about what's on top of mind, and because this will be a pretty boring install. So let's get started. So remember, this is OGHQ here, so you're going to hear lots of noise in the background as everybody's packing and shipping stuff while I'm over here playing with with cool cars. I've got to get another one of my small electric impacts, and I've got to also, I would like to also get some air tools as well to start doing these projects. So I ordered another, I don't know that I would call it controversial, but something that I think is cool that I've used in the past. I ordered Rpi Scoops, so I'm gonna have to take this off again anyway. I ordered those last night. So Rpi Scoops are like a little piece of metal that diverts the air a little bit more directly into the intake. Also, I'm hoping while we're doing these pulleys, my Dinan intake thing should be here. So what I might do, see if I ordered a new one of these, I might order a new cover. It isn't stained and scratched. We'll see what they cost. I emailed OSS Designs again for like the 3rd time. If any of you guys are buddies with those guys, tell them I'm trying to get a hold of them because I'd like to buy some of their headlights. And I'd rather just get a whole new set of lights. So other good news, I found Bmw Performance Seats. I might actually, for this car, so I might actually have them like next week. And they don't have orange stitching, they have the traditional like kind of grayish white stitching. Pretty much everything on these is 10 millimeters. We're working on the pressure washing project, why you see all this pressure washing equipment behind us. Chris and Bryce are over there working on Sunjo right now. Finish up the Sunjos, so then we can move to the ARs and have that up in the store done. So if you want one of the Sunjos, let me know. The SPX 3000 that I have is not working, so that's one I'm going to dissect. So I'm going to take it apart on video. So the Dinan intake is, you know, just a new carbon piece and a new filter, which doesn't do a whole heck of a lot, but it looks cool. I was gonna do the Venturi, but since I'm doing a bunch of other Dinan stuff, I figured I'd just do their intake as well. There's the elbow. And then the air box comes out. So here's what we got. So we got this all open. Now I need to take out the fan. All right, so I set up my Milwaukee light. And now here's what we're working with. Make sure we don't already have an underdrive pulley on this thing. So we're gonna be messing with this here. I've got to take this fan out so we have room to get in there. Okay, so I think I need to detach this. Take this, pop this line, this right there, radiator line off of here, coolant line. This needs to come out. It's just the power. Just set that aside. I think this thing is kind of, does it just pull out? I'm over here yanking on this thing. And I forgot there's a T25 here that holds this in. That'll make it a little easier. I was wondering why it's so hard to get off. There we go. Okay, so here's what we're working with down here. A little scan grip light. The scan grip light is coming in handy there. So we have these little plastic thingers that I need to pop off in order to be able to access the bolts that I need to reduce the tension. Here's the pulley. So that's the underdrive pulley that's coming off that we'll be changing. All right, so I'm popping these little covers off to expose the tensioner. I think that's what they're called, tensioner bolts. And then go watch that Matt Schnell video again. I'll have my terminology correct. All right, so we got those two popped off. So let's see, what size is this? I think it's 14. Yeah. So the tensioner can be turned down like so. I think I have to loosen the power steering. Maybe not. Okay, so I can let go of that. There's belt number one. Now I got the darn pulley, the belt in the way. I'm trying to pull it out the side. Gee whiz, that's huge. Okay. I already got a blood hand. So there's the top deflection pulleys off. Now I can get my belt out. This is the double-sided belt. So there's that. Now we can take off the underdrive. This was the 14 mil tensioner. I'm sorry you can't see any of this stuff, but just need a little extension. All right, so see what I got here. So I've got a wrench on the tensioner, and I'm going to push down, and then it'll release the tension, and then this belt here can come off. This is the part that gets gnarly. To try to put this back on, there's the single-sided bigger belt. So now there are a bunch of bolts on the underdrive pulley. Okay, this is a T45 on the underdrive pulley. Well, that came off super easily. I'm gonna put some Loctite on them. Yeah, I mean, this car was in some sort of accident, but you can tell there was no frame, so There's no, nothing done here. This is probably just a bumper replacement. And maybe the hood was crunched a little. Okay, pulleys now removed. There we go. There's the OE Underdrive pulley. All right, so here's the difference. Here's the Dinan pulley. Here's the other. You can fit one inside the other. So now we're gonna have a much shorter belts to compensate for the smaller pulley. And there is a little thing here that we don't put back in place. So that stays out. And then this is gonna go in. And what we're gonna do, they supply some Loctite. I want to load this up in case I ever want to take this thing off. Just a little bit of Loctite. Okay, that was the easy part. So that's our tensioner we're gonna be messing with here. Underdrive pulley is right there. I think I need, before I start messing with the belts, I think I need to put the this thinger back on. Otherwise I'll get the belts on there and then I'll be able to get this back in place. Okay, so now comes the hard part. So here's what happens. So this goes on, but we need to fit that in between there. But this goes on here and then goes down. So if I remember correctly, it's better to get the bottom lined up so that we can pull it in place. So once you get it kind of rolling on there, yeah. So what I did was you kind of started on the bottom, you put a pick under here and you pull. So if you can get this lip on the bottom here, you can get on the bottom, then you can pull up on the belt with something like this.
Yeah, okay. As long as that stupid thing isn't going to go any, you know, as long as you got a hold of that.
Yeah.
My fingers are going to be in there. Okay. We good?
Yep. That's a gosh darn miracle right there. We must have screwed something up. It's too easy. On. Heck yeah. In 2008, they changed how this whole thing goes down. How this connects, or how the pulleys are routed. And so there are pictures all over the internet. And most of them, some of them are right, some of them are wrong. But you just don't know. And so I had to go back and look at my video and look at where I had the, you know, the frickin' belt before. Okay. Take that off. This needs to get routed. Come on, man. So I gotta route this above it. So what's supposed to be the hard one is already done. I'm fumbling around doing the supposed easy one because I'm stupid. I was using the wrong routing. Okay, we're in. Took about 2 hours, which is about what I expected. I know you guys can't see squat in there, but we got our smaller pulley, and then we've got our tighter belts. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, since all the pulleys are done, I'm gonna put the fan back in place, and then I'm gonna wait on the Dinan intake to get here today before I put this back together. All right, so the beauty is that I didn't even have to stop. I just got the fan back in place. Forgot to put those tensioner caps back on, so I rammed my hands in there, and UPS shows up with the intake that I was waiting for. So the last part I need to get, because I have all the suspension components, the last part is the monoball mounts that will ship today, I think. So we should have everything then. So this is another one of those beautification parts that isn't particularly necessary, but is cool nonetheless. There's the elbow. One of these is going to be the filter. There it is. A nice Dinan blue. Little Dinan badge on the end here. In fact, let's open it up. There's that. And then we'll put all the factory stuff back in the box here, so I'll have it if I need it. Okay, so here's all the gear. So we do need to replace a bolt with, I think, this screw. So we already did this, A, B, C. Probably need to put the air box back in, remove the stock intake, release with T25 Torx head, disconnect the flexible hose. So we did all that. Loosen the hose clamp on the intake plenum. We did all that. Remove the stock hex bolt and install supplied button head bolt and washer. So that's this, and then this washer. So what we're gonna do is take this off, put this in. It's done. Okay, we gotta put our air box back in from before. Make sure that lines up. Check out this little thumb ratchet. Okay, let's pull these off. I like this little thumb ratchet thinger. There we go. So there's an aftermarket thinger. There's an aftermarket air filter in here. What is this thing? There goes all my horsepower gains. Oh, that's an active. Cool. If anybody wants this, let me know. What other little secret modifications we got going? Okay, so now these thingers go on here somewhere. Let me think about this first. The Dinan lettering both sides facing upwards. I don't want to scratch this thing. So maybe we can slide this on after. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better way to do it. Try to put this on. Ah, come on. Oh, crap. Oh, there we go. High flow intake. Man, that looks pretty. I know you guys don't like branded stuff, and I usually don't either, but I think this looks great. Yeah. So when I say I don't like branded, I don't like in your face branded. I like clean branded. And then I like certain brands, you know, like my MacBook Pro, I like the Apple logo on the thing. It just looks good. Looks clean. Yep, doesn't say. So I don't know if I should I wonder if it's better to put this on first or second. Look at that, that's pretty. I think we can put that on after. So maybe this goes, which way? That way, I would think. So we can put that clamp on after. This is not working.
I wonder if you could just, like, can you assemble it, like, completely off, like, the venom?
That's the better way to do it. Yeah.
Push it in there, you know?
And I don't want to torque these too much. There's that. I think we have to put the air filter on after. There's only one way to find out. Yeah, because this will flex up. So here's the air filter. Pop this sucker in place somehow. And yeah, I think we can wiggle that on there. Then I think this little thinger, yeah, and this little thinger pops in place. I had one of these on my 2011, but that was a long time ago. I think that's what that does. Is it on there or no? No. You screwed me, Bryce. We're in. Make sure I wipe all my grubby fingerprints off of this. In. 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 Oh, shoot. Went through all that trouble to get everything perfectly lined. And I forgot to put the insert back in. Oh man, oh jeez. Did that just turn into like another 2 hours? Let's try this again. I'm gonna have to tear this whole thing apart again when this doesn't work. We got our nice tight seal that we're just about to take off. Wheels are in finishing, supposedly, which is code for we'll get to it when we get to it. Okay. So let's just got a little detail spray. Just gonna clean this up. Yeah. I'm nervous about that front lip. They never freaking fit. All right, pulley's done, intake's done. The front lip just showed up. I've been waiting on this for 2.5 months. So we'll, I think I'll do that one separately. But we'll go out and test it. I mean, these are modifications that, you know, it will be, I guess the two of them at the same time. I mean, if we gain like 10 horsepower, it's probably noticeable, but it looks good. So we got the Dinan strut tower braces, the Dinan intake. I think the engine bay is pretty much done. We'll do the Rpi Scoops. And I'm going to work on getting headlights, and then this area is pretty well done. I'm going to get a new one of these, the pieces. So I'll order a new one of these, and I'll probably order a new cover for this as well, because it's a little janky looking. And so maybe I should just order 3 new pieces, depending on what they cost. And then the engine bay is pretty well done. Next up will be brakes, suspension, wheels. I'm waiting on the monoball mount, so they should be here shortly. Wheels are, well, I think the wheels are in, supposedly in powder coating or painting or whatever the heck. I think they're powder coated. So the HRE should be here soon. And I guess next week on Bmw Performance Seats as well. So lots more modifications coming to the M3. We're getting it set up here to when I can start taking photos and doing some more driving stuff. But this weekend I'll be working on some 1M stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching this one. Check out the Mode Carbon lip. I might do a quick little video on that install. I think we'll do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.